that I have gotten from my D&D miniatures advent calendar because they are
Are they that bad?
oh my god, dude. I've got and many of like probably the stupidest worst one I've gotten 4 of now. I just I'm just going to leave you in suspense for a future episode of the Temple of Elemental Evil actual play. Sure's Advent Calendar, because there we go. All right, so let's get right into this because where we last left off, the group of you had finally, had finally returned to the Temple of Elemental Evil after more than a month away and snuck your way back in, or actually kind of just walked right in through a side door, breaking it down, bursting in, kind of just going straight into the temple, ignoring the wicked symbols and artworks and things around, making a few turns, essentially a left turn, and heading down some stairs past a broken altar. That led you to a very complicated series of passageways, complete, full underground dungeon passages with 17-foot peaked roofs as you move through or peaked ceilings as you're walking through the passageways. And you kind of started exploring. You found a couple of rooms with a bunch of broken weapons and armor and such. But it was fairly mundane for the most part, just sort of exploring around until you came upon a room that was barred and chained from the outside. You were able to disengage the locks and open it up, and within you found a group of 11 hostages, potentially slaves, potentially something even possibly worse than that. They were destitute, malnourished, and completely overcome with fear, and were begging you to take them out of the corridors. And as you were sort of debating as to what to do, JB and others of you were kind of looking at the door to the east, which was just further down the passage, when it burst open and several monstrous creatures, definitely undead, rotting flesh hanging from their skin. And there's a scent about them, a nauseating scent, that just kind of bursts forth as the doorway bursts open. So let's go ahead and declare what you'd like to do. There are a number of them. It's not easy to see how many there are because you can't really see into the room as they're rushing out, but there's definitely a group of them that seem to be trying to come out into the corridor. The door has burst open, and there's sort of a couple that are already kind of coming through.
And what exactly do they look like again? Can I get they look more like zombie-ish, more skeleton-ish, more...
They have like meat and bone and musculature, but their flesh is like decayed.
Okay.
They look like they were once obviously vaguely human, but they're sort of like disfigured and hideous.
I gotcha.
They have, as you take a closer look, a horrified look, you see that they have long tongues sort of looping around from their mouths.
Definitely going to go into axe mode.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Declare.
So you're gonna go into axe mode, Tucktrin. Let me go. Keep going around from you then. David, what's Grey Ash gonna do?
Mostly panic. Are they like right up to me, or am I ranging, or am I thwacking?
They're rushing. They seem to be rushing out into the corridor to encounter to rip the still living flesh out of each of you and your companions. And of course, there are 11 destitute former captives who are screaming. Although I'll give you a bit of a hint since you're asking about what's going on. You also see that a couple of them are saying things like, one of them, sort of a younger. You can even see like the remnants of like outside, maybe tan or whatever. Now that you look at him, he's a bit swarthy, kind of reminiscent of the river pirates that you've seen previously.
And this is one of the zombie type things?
No. This is one of the captives. But he looks fairly tough. He was sort of standing in the back, but he moves up to the front. And he says, "Man, give me a sword. I can help fight."
I'd already given him a dagger, hadn't I?
Okay, we'll say that happens right then.
Yeah, I thought he did.
Okay,
And
I guess better describe the guy then. We'll just say. Yeah.
I'll roll in with my staff, my regular staff, not the striking one, just regular.
Okay. What about Tarkus, Luke? What is he up to?
Tarkus is going to command all the hostages, prisoners, to remain behind him and begin casting Sanctuary on himself.
Okay. And what about Roland? Chris, what's Roland up to? Roland Raven's Blood.
I move to a position to block the advance of said foe into the room attacking these peasantries and chop them with my sword.
Okay. So you're putting yourself to stand side by side with someone to sort of act as a barrier. Okay.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Pete, will that be JB or will that be Tucktrin? JB's
gonna
closest to the door, so
JB is gonna try to do his best to step back because he is not quite as good in melee as he is with his bow. So if I can get out of melee range and cover the actual fighters with my bow, that would be preferable.
Okay, so you're trying to step back and use your bow. That's fine.
Step back and pull out the bow. If I can do that in one, not fire obviously, but if I can just get ready to fire for next round.
All right, sounds good. So Dom, you are Tucktrin is right at the front there. He rushes up to the front. Go ahead and roll initiative then.
Okay. D10. 4 plus 7. 11.
So you have a 4 as the base?
Yep.
All right, so the group initiative is 4.
Oh, that's right. We're doing group. Right.
Yep. And so, what's speed factor then? Tell me. Yeah. So,
I have a speed factor of 7.
So yeah, everybody give me when you go.
So 11. 11.
What did we roll?
4 on the die.
4 on the die. So I go on 9. No, I don't. I go on 7.
11.
So I'm stepping back this round. I don't think I have to add anything, so I think I just go on the 4, unless I'm mistaken.
Well, so you're not going to use your bow? You can.
I'm far enough back I can fire.
So here's the way it would work: is you're declaring what you're doing, which is you want to back up, pull out your bow, and fire, right? And then if you win initiative, then you are able to move back behind your companions first and get into the position and do that.
Okay. Since I was closest to the door, I didn't think that I.
And well, then I'll continue though, because then if Dom wins his initiative, then he'll move into your place and block off the enemy. So You can do what you're doing no matter what because you won initiative. So you're sort of
Then
stepping.
I'm
back
11.
and doing that. Well, you might have won initiative. That's what you're trying to do, I should say. All right,
Yes,
so
if
on we'll start with 7, and that is Roland. So Roland rushes up to the front to start that barrier. Go ahead and do your attack there, Chris.
A 9 plus 5, 14. That's what's my attacker? 14. That's on my class 2.
Jesus. All right, yeah, you're gonna hit it.
Hit.
All right.
Yeah, damage. D8.
Yep. Yeah.
7 plus 7, 14.
Who walks around with just a +7? Like,
14 damage.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Yes, I
you
hack into its
hack the
fucking
thing
arms.
down before you. You rush to face it, and you hack the thing down. Do you want to add any extra special descriptions?
Yeah, my sword plows through its like shoulders and down into its middle section, and it just like fucking flops.
Yeah, like
Onto
it
the ground.
shakes like and falls to the ground at your feet, splattering blood everywhere.
Yeah. Clawing at me, but not wounding me, like splattering shit on me with
Yeah.
my legs.
It's like hand is just like, strengthless like rubber, banging up against you. All right, so then that was at 7-8, Tarkus.
yeah, Sentry goes off, and that means any creature that wants to attack me directly must make a saving throw versus spell. If they fail, they lose track of me and are unable to attack.
I know, I love Sanctuary in that way. But you can't attack them, right? If you attack them,
Correct.
breaks it.
I can't directly attack them.
right, okay. Which is fine for somebody who's going to be buffing somebody else. All right, so the that goes off then. And you can see like there's a bit of the creatures as they're rushing into the corridor there. There's a almost like an imperceptible but noticeable to you shift in the way that they're like moving into the room, as almost as if they're like preemptively starting to push themselves away from being in your presence. That takes us to 11. Actually, everybody else goes on 11. They go on 9. All right, so they come rushing in, and 2 of them, there's enough of them that they just kind of fill the gap. Unfortunately, JB, you're moving back. You're trying to pull out your bow, and they beat you to being able to get your bow out. And as you're sort of trying to step back, Tucktrin can't take your spot. So they sort of rush in, forcing the or disrupting any chance that Roland had of creating a wall to block the distance between you, because now it's sort of broken because you've fallen back. So one comes rushing in at JB, and another one at Roland up there in the front, and then there's sort of a third one who's kind of at that diagonal, and I guess the next closest person would be Tucktrin. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do then. Those first 3 will go, kind of push into the room. The infamous claw bite. All right, so
Time to shit your pants.
all right, so first Roland. What's your AC? What's Roland's AC?
-2.
-2. Holy shit! All right, well, the thing kind of rushes up to you, and you have a shield, right?
Yeah, I've got +2 shield.
Yeah. Oh god, that's where it's coming from. So you're just moving the shield around, blocking, dodging, hitting them, knocking one away with your sword, standing toe to toe to this creature that's come up to you. Meanwhile, another one, as you're fighting that one off, another one rushes through the gap that's next to you and rushes in towards JB. What's JB's AC?
2.
and manages to strike him. A claw comes with his claws and a bite, but manages to get him just with one of the claws. Go ahead and make a saving throw versus paralyzation, please.
Oh boy.
You know? They're quick undead, ain't they? I thought they were slow undead, man. The
Paralyzation, you said?
Yeah.
12. We go. 8. Fails.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, are you full? You're half elf, right?
Yeah.
So I believe, does that give you do you have a percent?
It's only full elves.
It's only full
Bro.
elves?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh,
He's-
that's right. They're yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you feel like the thing, like it claws onto you, and you can just feel like this cold moving through your body. Something is attacking the withered black husk within you that counts as your soul, trying to take the last bits of it from you. And you find yourself freezing in place, rigidly standing there as the creature slavers in front of you. Then Tucktron runs over to you, finally, and attempts to claw you a couple of times, which you easily knock away. But as you do, it leaves your neck exposed. It comes down. What's your AC?
My AC is currently a 3.
Oh, and it manages to bite you. So make a saving throw versus.
Because I need to buy some new armor. I need
yeah,
plate.
man.
I need plate mail, man. I
Yes,
need it.
you do. It'll happen.
Save versus paralyzation.
Paralyzation, yeah.
Non-poison based.
It's not poison. It's just undead.
Okay, just checking.
Horrible shit.
Yeah, I rolled 15.
No, you got it. All right. So yeah, you
Yeah.
shrug the creature off. Although you can't help but feel the sickening tongue, like that was like licking across your neck where it bit you for 6 points of damage. Shit.
Ouch.
Yeah. So it like bites into you,
Oof.
and you can
Rob,
see.
Rob, I don't think you
Dwarven.
gave me damage for the attack that hit me. You
One.
just gave me the paralyze.
It was one. It was one damage.
What one?
One for Pete. 6 for Dom.
Ouch.
Actually, that's the better way for you guys. Actually.
True, but still, ouch.
Yeah. All right. So now that takes care of them. Go on ahead for now simultaneous. It's Gray Ash, JB, and Tucktron. Let's go ahead and go with Gray. Underestimated the enemy Ash with his regular normal staff.
Okay.
You can step up and fight basically where JB is.
Does AC 10 hit?
It does not.
Darn it.
Then I miss.
The big staff comes swooping down, bouncing off the creature's tough, moldy skin. All right, so that was JB, and I mean that was Gray Ash. Now bring the pain, Tucktron.
Hopefully. All right, let's see. We'll see. First attack, I rolled a 15 on the die, plus.
Yeah, that's gonna hit, buddy.
Yeah.
We know this is gonna happen, right?
3 plus 7, 10, 12 damage on the first attack.
Okay, he's still up.
Hit him again. Ooh. I don't know if I hit him. We'll see.
Well, you get extra attacks.
He's wielding
I do-
two
I do.
weapons. He's wielding two
Could be-
weapons.
Ah,
I get extra attacks at 7.
I think it was 6. AC. I got a total of 15. I think it was 16. AC 1.
Are you kidding me that wouldn't almost cover?
I don't know their AC, Rob. I have no idea.
I know. Okay. Well, Tucktron and Roland pretty much always hit, but
It's not true. I missed a lot last game. Last time we had a fight.
All right. Anyway, you
Uh,
come in with your second axe.
Second axe. Okay, so 4 plus.
can I just ask something here?
Another
Mechanic-
12.
Mechanically, I
Yeah.
always thought with two weapons that it's another speed factor before you go again, because only the ranger strikes with two weapons simultaneously. Just so you know. I'm sure
I
you're
don't know if
supposed to
that's true in second edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, second edition. It's not. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean he has other penalties and things that he has to address using either proficiencies or dex bonuses and stuff like that. But Dom's got that all figured out. All right,
Okay,
so
cool.
the creature, you hit it, and you
Yeah.
do a lot of damage. So
12 and 12,
yes. yeah. So the creature does fall before your blade.
Finally.
As you just see, it's like, lolling tongue, still dripping dwarven blood lying on the ground in front of you. There are still others, although it doesn't look like there's any sort of large horde. You see like 3 or 4, looks like maybe back there beyond, now that 2 are dead. And I think that takes care of everybody, right?
Think so.
All right, so let's get back around to the top of the initiative, and we will start this time with David. What do you want to do with Grey Ash this time around?
I think I'm just gonna go for a second swing for now. No one's been hurt yet, right? Everything seems fine.
Well, except for JB, who is paralyzed and
Oh.
get eaten by a ghoul, but that's cool.
That's
That's just
guys.
JB, though. It is JB. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Can I swing for the one that's attacking JB?
Yes, you may. Of course.
Okay. That was better.
Well, yeah.
When-
What do you roll? You're just rolling initiative. We're just doing declarations.
Oh,
You're
it's
not
rolling
actually
initiative?
rolling
Oh, man.
No,
Can
we
I keep
haven't even
this
rolled
roll?
initiative yet. No, we haven't even rolled initiative. We're just doing declaration. So you got to swing with it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm swinging again.
All right. So, Luke, Tarkus's sanctuary has gone off, and you can see that the creatures are avoiding him. What would you like to do this round?
My next intent would be to begin chant, but it says chant takes 2 rounds to cast. We could be here a while whilst everyone dies around me.
True enough.
Seems right.
So what would I do? I mean, seems like everybody's holding strong, so I think I might actually go with
Especially
chant
JB.
and-
He's still holding really steady.
Oh, real strong,
yeah.
yeah. So if I
Don't move a muscle.
I'll begin chanting, and yeah, once that pops,
Okay, yeah,
everybody
just let
gets
me know when it
pluses.
goes off. Yeah, just remind me.
Roger.
All right, and then what about, is Roland going to continue to bring the pain?
I fall back into the room, shield, defending up to where JB is, and slay the one on him.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's basically 5 feet back.
Fall back properly, and like do a backstroke.
Mhm. That basically takes you an additional extra step away from the door. So you're kind of now adjacent to the door to the south, where the captives are. There is the man standing there with a dagger, and he's like, he's standing in the back, and he's like, looking like he's ready. He's standing there. You see him. He's standing there like he knows what he's doing, at least a little bit.
I
he's
give him the
like-
nod then to fucking shank something as it comes through the door, man.
Yeah,
And I fall back to my man JB on
he
the floor
nods.
and fucking support him. Yeah, kill the fucking creature on him. So, what's happening now then? Initiative, or have we all declared?
Let's see here. Yeah, I think Tuctrin. Is he continuing to kill, murder?
Oh yeah.
the
Definitely
pain.
going in.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll then. Go ahead, David. Now you can roll the initiative die.
Initiative die? 1.
Yeah. 1. Nice. Okay. Just everybody let me know what your initiative then is.
4.
8.
2 rounds.
2 rounds. And then finally, Grey Ash. You're doing with the staff again?
2 rounds.
Yeah, for now.
My
And is that it?
initiative is
Is it
0.
factor
I'm just
8?
gonna hold steady.
No, 7. 7. Yeah.
That's the greatest initiative call ever.
Thank you.
The staff is, I think it's long. The staff is 4. Quarter staff.
It's a 4.
I think so. That's what I got written down for Staff of Striking and my regular one.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so Roland is first. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yay!
Standing there going to JB's defense. Although he can't move, there seems to be a look of surprise on his face.
Well, I don't know what's happened. I just think he's fell over and he's struggling to get up. I've got no idea. He's paralysed. So I just step back and go, fucking get up! Yeah, and slay it as best I can. But I've got 2 attacks this round. So I've got 2 attacks this round, but did it reset because I killed my foe? So it's 1 attack. It does, doesn't it?
I mean, I've always done it where you can go from one foe to the next and do it, but I don't know. I know you do it a different way. How do you guys
It's up
feel?
to you. You're the GM.
Well, I got to use it against you.
I don't mind.
You know what I mean? So, like, you decide.
I like the idea of doing multiple. Like, if you kill one with one swing, you can switch to the next. It's like
Okay then.
I agree.
more action-y.
I feel that way too. That's fine with me.
2 attacks this round, then both on the fucking ghoul.
All right.
7 plus 5. What's that? 12
Wow.
from 16. I'm class 4.
Well, that's gonna do it. Yep.
D8 plus 7. What's that? Oh, it's under the fucking bush. 3 plus 7, 10.
All right. Yeah, it's still up.
Second attack. A 9. Well, that's going to hit, isn't it? If the last one
Yeah,
hit.
that's gonna hit. For sure. Uh-huh.
D8.
Yeah, go ahead and
Fucking
kill
hell.
it. You just can describe your kill if you'd like.
Do like a reverse Jedi backstroke through its fucking head.
Leaping to JD's defense heroically. Rolling Raven's blood. All right, so that was at 4 at 5 Grey Ash with the staff.
Okay, I'm swinging for the one on JP as well. Can I keep the roll, or that's roll again?
Roll again, you cheater.
Yeah.
I would have given it to you, but let's not.
11, which is
Ooh, that's a little better.
AC 9.
Ooh, you were so close, but you weren't really
Wow.
actually at all. You missed. Yeah, you swing the staff, and as much as you wish that you could fight like Tuctrin, or it's like, what?
These bastards are tough.
All right. That was at 5 at 8, Tuctrin.
All right. How many are near me?
There are 2 that you see that remain,
I'm going for both of them.
and they're like kind of at a bit of an angle, like
Right.
but they're near each other and near the door.
Okay. I'm just gonna start a hack chain. Try to hack through them.
All right.
All right. So number 1. So 13 plus 6, 19. Yeah.
All
Hey,
right,
that
so you
plus-
step into the gap and bring your axe down on one of the creature's heads.
Plus 2 versus
Finally,
undead is really
a
good.
useful dwarf.
I know, right? 17.
17 damage?
Yep.
Holy fuck, yeah, you chop it down. And there was 1 that remains.
Can I still reach him or?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Oh.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
is it with your second attack or with your second weapon in the same hand?
So this one is my second weapon in the same hand, and then I get the second, the offhand. This is my 3. I had 2 last round. I get 3 this round.
Right.
So this will be my second main hand.
Yeah, the second main hand attack would be fine for me, with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and make that attack.
Yeah. So yeah, I made it by a shit ton. Oh, I only rolled a 1 on the damage die though. So that will be 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
All right, so it's still up.
Nice
And-
fun combat music.
I know, right?
It's so weird. I don't know where this came from.
It's very shadow punk or shadow cyberpunk.
Yeah. So and like the original '80s version of it, the you rush into the gap there and you chop one down and it falls at your feet. You rush up. Tuckstrom rushes up, brings the axe down on the second foe and chops into. He staggers back a little bit, and you kind of moved up now to face him. And then you see behind him, rushing from the north, because you can kind of see into the room a little. Well, I'll say you can see in the room a little bit. I'll open up this a little bit, just because you've been fighting this here. You can see in the room beyond that there's a door to the north that's open. Or you probably really couldn't see this door, but I'm just going to say you can. You could. You got a glimpse of it just very quickly, Tuckstrom. And there are more of these creatures pouring out of the door, and they come rushing into the gap right after you bring that second strike in there, and come just charging, plowing into the room. Again, more than you can really count. It just looks like a bunch of them.
What the fuck?
I just yell out, "The hordes are coming!"
And it's their turn, actually. So, because they went after you on the initiative, so they moved into the range during the initiative. So, they come rushing up, and one of them, I'm going to say, actually, one of them go at each of you, Roland, Greyash, and Tuckstrom. I'm going to say you're safe right now, JB, because Roland is sort of standing in front of you, defending you. So I'll give you that benefit. But Roland, first one comes rushing at you, and I'm going to use this bright pink die because I just feel like using it right now. And it comes looking for the claw. Dude, oh man, your AC is so low right now. You just deflect the creature away, just like an impenetrable tank of death standing in front of it. But meanwhile, Greyash, vulnerable that you are with your staff in hand, one of them comes up to you, and what's your AC?
It is 6.
Very good, is it not? Oh, okay. Yeah, and it manages to claw into you, and you can feel this like icy cold begin to move through your body as if it's trying to reach deep into your soul. Make a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Mm.
Roll above or below?
You want to roll equal to or higher?
Okay, I rolled an 18. Paralyzation.
Oh, you're good.
is
Yeah.
13.
You shake it off. You shake off the evil force that seemed to be moving its way into you, and you. But you do take 2 points of damage.
2 points.
Claw attack. And then finally, Tuckstrom. Just when you thought you had been putting them down.
Just when I thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Just when you thought. But you quickly readjust and stand steadfast as the dwarf in the hallway there. And the creature comes at you, but you easily move, duck, and dodge, and what is it? Dodge, duck, dive, dodge. I forget from dodgeball.
Dive, duck, dodge.
Yeah, so you end up getting out of the way of the creature's attacks. But there are now, again, a number of them in this area once more.
I gotcha.
I believe the phrase you're looking for was dodge, duck, dick, dive, and dodge.
That's what I was.
There it is. I've been so long since I've seen that. Well,
nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can
do my
dodge a
third
ball.
attack
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, go ahead.
on that one that I'd already hit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So +4. So yeah, AC -2.
Yeah. Yep.
13.
Yeah, that'll kill him.
At least
So
I
you
got
have
him down before.
5 of them, but they seem relentless, and there are as many or more than what you've killed still remaining.
Okay.
All right, so
Time
let's
to
get back.
readjust tactics.
Let's get to declarations here. We've got. I'm going to start this time with. So Tarkus, Luke, Tarkus' spell will go off at the end of this round. Is that right?
End of this round, yes. So
Yeah.
Tarkus will continue to chant.
Okay, Roland. Well, Chris, what's Roland up to? Continuing or changing his?
So there's a ghoul left in the room.
No, they've just all rushed into the corridor again, basically filling the gaps of those that were dead, stomping on the
I got ya.
like climbing over their bodies and just looking.
Okay. Is anybody going for JB who's down?
You're standing in front of JB, so I was kind of giving the benefit of like you
Right.
deliberately, specifically went to
Yeah.
defend.
Shield push forward and stab over the top of my fucking shield. And I'm trying to like fight as many of them I can back to the door, the dwarf. I'll specifically attack Grey Ashes first as I make my way. Just try and chop the one on Grey Ash. Just let everything attack me and go for the one on Grey Ash.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. And Tuctrin, adjusting.
Yes. So what I need to do is I need to back away and cast a spell.
Okay, so you're gonna back up. And what about Grey Ash, David?
I think now it's time to pivot. Pivot to. Can I? Well, I'm gonna try and just explode them. As they go to currently.
Explode them. Yeah, that's I mean, solid option in
usually works
any social event.
There's like loads of them rushing into the room now behind as well. So maybe we get a bunch of them.
Yep. There are definitely loads of them. Okay, well then let's go ahead and do our initiative roll. Chris, give us the D10.
Oh, okay. D10. Here we go. What we're gonna get? It's looking at me. A 9. Shit. 9. Guys.
Okay, so give me everybody's initiative. Let's start with you, David. What you got?
11 now. Modified 11.
Oh, this music got loud.
It did.
It did. 12. Shit.
Things are about to get amped up. Okay, what about Roland?
Right, well, I'm afraid it's once again time to fucking chop the one on Grash with my one attack.
Okay. And what's your initiative? What's your initiative at? I don't know. I just need to know what your number is.
Oh, 11.
11, and then finally.
No,
Tuctrin.
12. Sorry, 12.
So the initiative was a 9, correct?
Good roll.
Yeah. So I'm moving. So I have to back away so I can cast a spell.
Are you moving? Are you moving and casting, or are you just? Oh,
I mean, can I?
I know technically the rule says you
Right.
can't, but I kind of allow a little bit of it because I think that's really stupid.
Okay. Then it would be, if the roll was a 9, it'd be 14.
Okay.
So that's not going to be
tough.
amazing.
That is tough.
Right. So yeah. And if I blank out in a minute, I think the batteries in my headset are dying, so I'm going to have to try to switch headsets. So.
Speaking of dying, all right. So Roland, one of them rushes up towards you, going with your shield, and nope, none of them hit you. Those were good rolls, man. But your AC is incredible. So you're just bashing them away, getting ready to try to push them back through the door. Grey Ash, as you're making your attempt to alter your strategy, one of them manages to claw you. Go ahead and make a saving throw versus paralyzation. You're taking 3 points of damage too.
Failed. Rolled 9.
Oh no.
Are you full elf?
Half elf.
That's what I like to hear. All right, so yes, you are frozen in place, and finally, Dom, one comes rushing at Tuktrin. Ooh, okay, so the claw, one of the claws is a nat 20, and then I got,
Ugh.
let's see here.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's rough. And then the next best is I got an AC of 6, which is not good enough. All right, so the claw, one of the claws manages. Go ahead and make a saving throw versus paralyzation, and take 4 points of damage.
Oh, I made it by 1. I rolled a 10.
David, did I tell you what damage you took?
Did you say 1?
3. You actually took 3.
3.
Uh-huh. Tuktrin takes 2.
Oh, 2. I thought it was 4. Okay,
Oh, 4.
2.
Doubled. 4.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
4.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah, 2 doubled.
Yep.
So
Okay.
yes. Okay. So
Ugh.
suddenly you see Grey Ash. You're that blackness creeps towards your ever diminishing soul, and as this thing starts to wrap its way around you, and you just look deep inside of yourself and freeze in place next to JB, and
I
suddenly
lose my spell, right?
Oh yeah,
Grayish, what are
you're
you
also
for?
paralyzed.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I lose the spell for the day?
Yeah, you lose the spell.
So I thought.
All right, so now that does do it for them. So let's get to Grey Ash is paralyzed, but let's do Roland. Chris.
Yes. What?
Yeah. So go ahead and make your move. So you're trying to push back, basically.
Yeah. I hit armor class 0. No, 1.
Nice.
Okay. That's good. What did you use? A shield bash or something, or did you just?
No, I was just that was just descriptive. I'm just stabbing it over the top of my shield.
Okay, awesome. I love that description. That was really good. Yeah, okay. AC 1. Yeah, you managed to stab one of them over the. But what we can do narratively say is that if you can kill one, you can move into its space and push further in towards the door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, then damage.
Stuff is starting to get a bit out of hand as 2 of your members are now paralyzed.
4 plus 7, 11 damage.
It still remains.
Okay.
All right, and then Tuktrin on 14.
I lost my spell. I got hit, right?
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
the
was
rules of this game.
disrupted.
There's no concentration check or anything. You just get hit, you're screwed. So
Yeah, that's the tough part of it.
yeah.
All right, so the creatures are kind of swarming around you, and then finally, Tarkus. Luke, Tarkus'
Yes.
spell goes off. Describe what happens at the end of the round as the spell goes off.
So everybody feels the energy imbued within my chant fill them up. Everybody receives +1 to hit, +1 to damage, +1 to all saving throws. The enemies, however, receive -1 to all the same stats.
Hit damage and saving throws. Okay, good to know.
Saves is the one. Fucking yes. Isn't
Yeah.
that incremental per level? Isn't that like
No,
per level,
that
3
is-
levels or something?
That is incremental if multiple priests are chanting the same spell.
Mm-hmm.
It acts as prayer, but instead of prayer wearing off, chant would last forever, or at least until you
You
Don't
stop.
chant.
die of starvation.
So I was
Yeah.
like little buddies guys, then bald guys, man in the orange, chanting forever. Go on anyway. So what does it give you? Plus what?
+1 damage, +1
Yeah.
attack, and +1 saves.
Right, +1 across the board. Just write down my character. Okay. Right then.
All right, so
Ah.
we're back around to the top of the initiative here as everyone is feeling a bit emboldened, although things are not going awesome. The prisoners are also growing increasingly afraid.
They could pull their own weight.
Yes, the basically naked, weaponless prisoners. All right, so they
Better them than me.
that's what JB's thinking in his head right now. As he's like frozen in place. He's looking at the the prisoners who are doing nothing. And he's like, they could pull their own fucking weight.
JB, any regrets? Yeah, why am I here, not one of those losers?
All right, so why don't you go ahead and roll us initiative again this time, Dom, and roll that die.
Alrighty. Let's see.
Is it declare?
Six.
Yeah, I should do declarations first. You're right. We'll
We're all going to be attacking, ain't we? I think.
You can keep it or you can re-roll, whatever you choose.
Oh, we're re-rolling that 6.
All right, so then let's declare. Let's do decorations.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing again.
Fight.
I'm gonna
spell.
back away and cast. I'm gonna try.
Okay, and then Roland is fighting.
So if I can, do I see Tuckton casting
Yeah.
at the front?
Oh, he's been moving back, so you don't have anybody to help you, like to block the way.
I run. Is Greyhawk at risk still or not?
Oh yeah.
Fuck's sake. I think to myself, if it was a little cartoon, there'd be a picture of Roland thinking, fuck's sake. Okay, I need to get the caster working, so I think I'm going to charge forward and just take anything that comes at Tuckton and fucking hack it.
Okay, so you're going to defend Tuckton. That is clever. I like that idea. And then finally, Tarkus. Luke, what is Tarkus doing? He's completed his prayer. You're feeling invigorated.
Well, chant is one that must continue as long as I wish the effect to continue. So he continues chanting, wishing he'd taken a sip of water before starting.
So the chant for prayer is a chant?
It's chant. So chant continues. The duration of chant is as long as I continue to chant. If
Yes,
I
to chant
lose
out loud.
concentration, take a hit, or stop chanting, the spell wears off.
Exactly like a Buddhist dude. I'm going, like.
Okay, so you're basically trying to stay safe and...
That's why I cast Sanctuary first.
Yes, that's very smart.
Solid.
Okay. That's great. I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and roll that initiative then. Go ahead. Let's see if you will get a 6 or better. At very least.
All right. Let's see.
You have a really great chance to fuck this up. Let's do it.
I really do. A 7.
Ah!
Oh, man.
Actually, I don't even know what I rolled for them. So
I can't fault you, man. You had another chance, so I'd have took it. So.
I had to try it, man. We needed the advantage.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, this is not going to be good for you guys. All right, so that gives you rolled a 7 on the die. So Tuckton is at 11, right? Or is he?
So 5. So I'm at a 12.
12. And then Roland. What's Roland at?
I get 2 attacks on 10.
10. And then finally,
If you roll a 7.
Tarkus.
0. It just continues.
It just continues. So you're just going on whatever. Yeah, you just continue.
Yeah.
You can't attack while you're doing it.
I
No,
cannot do anything. I must remain completely stationary and focused on the spell.
I guess you wouldn't want to attack anyway because you're trying.
you can with prayer, but you can't with chant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prayer's the next one up.
That's the point of the sanctuary, though. So you wouldn't even want to attack. All right. So you're chanting. You're able to see what's going on as well, and all of you are horrified to notice that not only so. Roland, you start pushing back, and these things will start pushing in on you. And you're sort of stepping back in the corridor, all of you, as you're moving a little further and further away from that entryway. I mean, you're basically, I'll say at this point, unless you want to move the prisoners, you're kind of staying no further back than the door, right? You have to
I'm going to wait, like block the dwarf, and as soon as there's an opportunity, slash away into the corridor, man.
Okay. What do you? Okay, so there's the panicked. There's the panicked prisoners. There's the one guy who's got a dagger. He looks like maybe a former river pirate. But then to your horror, well, first you actually smell this horrible smell of decay and death just permeating from the other end of the corridor, the other passageway. This horrible stench. And then you see a group of more of these things, but something is just... They're bigger. They're more disgusting, more disturbing. And again, these waves of stench come off at them as they come running down the hallway from the other side. And everybody needs to make a saving throw versus poison.
Okay.
All of us,
Wow.
even the
I
paralyzed
think
ones.
Okay.
even those, the ones that are paralyzed, I think.
And we have a +1 save right now, right?
Yes.
You're a +1 save, yes. So
There
what was
is a-
that?
Shit. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm.
This is, I think also Tarkus would be
pass.
affected by this because it is, it's just the smell. You know what I mean? It's not a big
17?
attack.
Fuck off.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I did not actually catch if I
Okay.
needed to do this or not, but I made it anyway, so.
Did everybody make it?
I did. Made about 11.
All right. It's a horrible stench, but it's no worse than the
Tucked in at night.
foul emanation.
Do I have to roll
That-
high or low?
High.
Okay. That's fucking hell, thank fuck.
Okay. It's a
Sorry.
terrible smell, but it's no worse than the foul emanations that come from Roland in the night. So you just all shrug it off and continue on. But there is still the horror of now you are surrounded, completely surrounded. And it looks like these, like I said, these other guys from the other side, they look like bigger, more monstrous, more horrific, more twisted. Right,
Can I have a head count? Can I have a head count of what's how many foul there are?
well, there's at least there's really too many to count coming from the eastern corridor. No, I'm sorry, the western through that door. There's a bunch. There's a bunch of them. You know, you can't really see into the room anymore because you've stepped back. So they're just kind of filling in that space. The other side, these bigger ones, there are 4 of them.
Right. Okay, so from the west, there's a whole horde of them, but to the east,
4.
from that cross section,
Yeah.
there's 4.
Yeah. From the east, there's 4, and from the west, there's a
But
bunch.
but these fast ones have spilled out of that western room entirely and are like pushing their way into our room in the south.
Well, are you going into the room in the south? Because that hasn't really been determined. You guys were outside of that room when this all started.
Oh, I thought we were in there with the prisoners. Okay.
Well, you were talking to the prisoners from the door, basically, and then JB started fucking with the door, and then some of you guys kind of came out, and then the battle started, and everybody sort of rushed out
Oh, yeah.
to do things. So you
I'm
were
gonna
in the room, but half of you were out of the room when the battle actually started. But
I'm going to commit to killing the horde as best I can.
okay, and sort of
I'll try-
defending that door,
I'll try-
really, because it's
Yeah.
it's those people in there.
Defend.
Okay. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but they get to go now. I haven't actually attacked with them yet.
Shit.
Um,
I could die.
So Roland has moved back to defend Huftrin, leaving JB and Grey Ash completely exposed, and one of each of these creatures just dives on them and starts to tear them apart.
Fuck. I didn't expect that.
Somehow one of them missed on the AC-10 roll. And another one.
I've
also-
got to give fucking Tuckdrin a break to get spelling. Fuck. Otherwise, we're fucked.
All right. Well, JB only takes 1 point of damage.
These undead are serious, man. They ain't messing about.
Right.
Grey Ash takes 8 points of damage. Just the thing is,
boy.
Ooh.
it claws you, like rips off some of your flesh, and then just takes up, like, then moves in and just bites.
Man, they're
You're-
hungry. I thought
You're
they'd concentrate on
aware
me.
and completely paralyzed, frozen. envisioning that this darkness is just consuming not only your body but your soul as well.
Can't even cry out. in
Joke's
pain.
on them. I don't have one.
Okay. Back to AC 10.
All right, and oh yeah, and then the guys from the other side come rushing in, and only 2 of them are gonna kind of move into the area, but one comes at Tuctrin's back because his back is
Right.
area right now, and then one's gonna try to come at Tarkus because Tarkus is sort of more in the back as well. And then one of them is going to go at JB, who would have been going for Tuctrin in the front. So let's do the one on, I mean, not JB, on Roland, who would have been going for Tuctrin in the front. Roland's incredible AC will block anything but a net 20 against these things. So you're just deflecting it away, using every, kind of like hiding behind your shield, Roland, and just deflecting away the attacks. Meanwhile, one of these big guys comes up to you as you're chanting and casting. Oh, I don't know if you actually got hit. I don't know what your AC is casting, but
Casting AC is from the back 3.
7 is the best AC I got on that. I rolled very badly. All right, so yeah, you managed to sort of deflect off of it, and then Tarkus, this one sort of starts rushing towards you, screeching in agony as it's running by, and it's a saving throw versus what?
Spell -1. Well, -1 to his dive.
No, it's minus. Like he's like, like, and its long tongue is sticking out of its mouth, and it's repelled. Cannot get closer to you. Just staggers back, keeping a distance from you. All right, so that was them, and now it is Roland and Tuctrin's turn. So go ahead, Roland, first.
Okay, 2 attacks. 1-on-1. What's that? Oh, 4. Plus 6. 10. 10. I'm class 6.
That is good enough.
D8 plus 8. 16.
Yeah, and you kill it. Yeah, you run it through.
Second attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next one. Chop it. A 9, so that's a hit.
That's definitely going to hit, yeah.
Oh, 9 damage.
9, okay. So it still stands, but you're able to sort of push back a bit, and you can see that it looks like there's as many as you can see max now that some have pushed in from this side. It looks like there's maybe 5 more of these things total, including the one that you're fighting, in this area behind. They're all trying to push in now. It doesn't seem like anything else is going in behind that. So, now Tuctrin, your spell, finally.
So that giant group, and then the one there, I'm going to cast Rock Burst.
Mm-hmm.
And just try to just blow up the rock and just shred the hell out of them.
Okay, go ahead and, that's what's going to happen. The rock is going to burst. There's no, save or anything, right?
There is. So it does damage, and the ones that are, so the bigger group that's within 10 foot, they get a saving throw for half. And the ones further out will get a second saving throw, and they have to make both of them to avoid any damage.
I think you're gonna, if you center it, you're gonna get all of them in the 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So they're all gonna be in the main area. So they don't get a saving throw, or they do get a saving throw.
12, 13.
They
They
do.
do.
Get a saving throw to half the damage.
14, 15, 16. So yeah, it's gonna be 21 save for half. And I don't know if they get a negative saving throw from the chant or not.
They do.
Yes,
They get a -1 to
negative one.
save. That's a good point. So that would take that down to 16. That made the difference. That is actually made the difference on one of them. So that's always fun when that happens. All right, so this rock explodes, just like in the back. Roland's actually standing right up there. You're right in front of Tucker, and you hear the last syllables of his spell go off, Roland, and you just there's this like shaking of the rock, and up ahead there's just this like you just kind of hear this rock pinging off of everything. full on 4 of these guys fall, including the guy in front of you. They just fall, drop dead, and then like one of them's like bleeding out and mangled. There's only one left now of the main big pack that you were aiming for.
Right.
Yeah.
So none of us were in range of that spell.
Good spell.
Yeah, I just reach my hands out and just kind of feel the rock and just command it to break, and it just shatters.
Nice.
Exactly the kind of spell that you need in a situation like this when you're kind of getting a little fucked.
Right, which is what I was trying to do after that first round. You said more
Now
were
wait a
coming, but I
second.
got
Are JB and Greyash in the range though? They are in the range.
they may be.
They are.
I mean,
What? I can't save.
They can't dodge out of the way of it, which is what the save is for, right? That's what it specifically says.
yeah. So yeah, it's the ones within 10 feet get a save for half, and anything from 10 to 20 feet has to make 2 saves, and then they don't take any damage. And it says due to either luck, dodging, or cover is what it says specifically in the spell. So it could be luck if the shards
And
hit
it
miss
could be
on-
dodging or cover. Actually, they're like climbing all over you, so you do get saves.
So
Go ahead and make your saves.
What's it? What's
Did
against?
you get lucky, guys?
That's
Spell,
fair.
right?
That's
Spell
fair. That
was it?
Yeah.
Rolled an 18.
Oh, you
Oh,
saved.
nice.
I think it's probably fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll the 19. There you go.
So 10 each. Then you each take 10 instead of 21, right? It was 21.
yep.
So you each take 10. But
So
nevertheless,
what's-
others they fall.
I took more damage from my own teammate than any of the monsters.
I do what I had to do, man.
I appreciate that.
No
At
problem.
least
I
these
agree.
things smell better than your mom.
Well, mom cooks up a good stew.
All right, so the one that's still alive was actually in the which kind of I guess would make some sense narratively too, is that it just happened to be like the one that was furthest back. And, it sort of looks down at all of its, dead companions, but well, I guess these things could potentially run away.
Do Undead run away?
It's not running away. All right, I guess the leaders are behind you guys on the other side. All right, so let's get to the next initiative round here.
Thanks for scaring the life out of us like that.
Declare.
It's it's my pleasure. Greyash isn't bleeding to death, is he?
Did I take any damage after saving?
10.
Yes.
10.
10.
Oh, 10. Then yeah, I'm at -4.
Greyash has fallen over.
Minus 4.
No,
We'll
not
fix
even.
that.
He's paralyzed. We wouldn't even know.
It's true.
What did you say? Minus what?
-4.
-4.
Fucking okay.
Well, I mean,
That's okay.
you can
I mean,
see,
we will
see
save
some
him,
of these
don't worry.
things. You can see these things like clearly hit JB and Greyash, though. You
Yeah.
don't know that he's bleeding to death, but you know
He's
that
lost all his spells as well now. As well, isn't he? Because he's
I don't
more
really play that rule just because it really inconveniences the game more than makes it fun.
More than helps it.
Even though
Yeah.
I understand it, that's the rule.
Or the
but
unconscious forget all spells.
when you get knocked
Negative
unconscious and
ones.
negatives, you lose all of your spells, and it is the rule actually. But I don't. It's annoying.
Yeah.
So.
it's-
Half
It just makes
shot.
it slows the game down a lot because then
Yeah.
everybody wants
Yeah.
that person to rest and do that, and so then the game.
As
We
we
wanted
exist in the
updated
void
healing,
together,
didn't
JB is
Yeah.
quizzing Greyash's spirit on his spells, so he'll remember them.
All right, so you so these things explode and this all happens, and that is at the end of the round. Let's get back to the top of the round, and I think we're Tarkus, Luke. Let's go ahead and you roll the. Or let's go ahead and declare. We'll start with you, Luke.
Seeing the
you see what's happened.
devastation, yeah, seeing the devastation that's just taken place, I immediately break chant and move towards Grey Ash. I intend to cast spell.
Okay. What about Roland?
So, what's the exact combat situation now? I'm in the corridor. Yeah.
Pile of bodies to your west. Corridor, like, and you're maybe 10, 15 feet away from the door. Probably 15 feet now, because you're basically adjacent to the other door. Standing right next to Tuctrin. And there is literally 11 dead bodies in the hallway between you and that doorway. There are like piles of them, and Grey Ash and JB are kind of in that pile now. They were being eaten by ghouls. Both of them, the ghouls that were eating them, are dead, but like they're like kind of like underneath these piles, you know what I mean?
On them, like,
and then there's one remaining ghoul, like, that's not in the pile of bodies, all the way in the back, and like everybody falls to the ground, and like it's there, and it's like, you know, its tongue lashing out. On the other side are these 4 big, badass, stinky, also ghouls. But they're more distorted, more hideous, longer clawed fingers. Their tongues, you know, sort of forked and spitting. And again,
Neo ghouls.
Neo
ghouls, man, advanced ones. Shit. All right, then. So the one that's loose, going blah, 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 with its tongue. That's fucking within striking distance of the priests.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, that would be its natural target, because Tarkus is moving over there. And he's the only one. He's like wading out into the pile of bodies to get to Grey Ash. So yes.
So you've got a ghoul in the room, a priest trying to cast like probably a healing spell. Are you going to take that ghoul, Ren? Tuctrin?
I can.
Right, I'll block the door and just take all the damage off the fucking mega ghouls and hack back at them.
Well, it's a doorway, correct? We're in that room, right?
You're not in the room. You're in the hallway.
Yeah, we're in the hallway. Yeah.
How wide is the hallway?
10 feet wide.
I look at you quickly and I say, choose the room or the corridor. I will take the other. And I wait for him to move. Whichever one he doesn't move to, I'll move to.
Get everyone into the room.
So he runs into the room then. Yeah.
I take everyone into the room and I'll block the door.
Well, you see Tarkus is walking over towards Grey Ash. And JB's down.
Yeah, and they're all in the corridor, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the dead are fallen are in the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Misunderstanding, sorry.
Yeah, that's the
problem. And right now, none of the ghouls have gotten to the door that goes to the south, where all of the prisoners are.
Right.
But right. Decision, shit's happening. So what do you guys want to do?
I charge the mega ghouls. Charge them. Charge into them full fucking bother.
What's Tuctrin doing?
If he's going to charge the mega ghouls, I'll try to drop that one that's left over.
Okay, and so you're going to rush to get in between Tarkus and the last remaining ghoul. All right, that's awesome.
Yeah,
this is going to be awesome. All right,
okay, so just so everybody knows, all your +1s are now gone because I've stopped chanting.
Yeah, all good.
The negatives from the enemy are gone also.
Okay, so the
harsh man.
Man, if you can survive this though, dude, there is some XP to be had here.
We need it.
We can buy some armor for the dwarf.
It's not over yet. There's okay, so the group of you start doing that. Let's go ahead and roll that initiative, and Chris, go ahead and you do it this time.
Okay. Right. What's that? A 1? Fucking have that.
That's what you need right now.
Damn.
Okay.
Or
All right,
not?
so you rolled a 1. So what does that mean? Everybody goes on when Tarkus goes on 6. Then is it Cure Light Wounds? 6, and then Roland
I'll go on 4.
4. Okay, and then what about Tucktrin?
8.
Ooh, 8. Damn.
Is
Tucktrin's
it
a little
He
that-
goes
slow.
on 0. He's holding
Axes,
fast.
axes are a 7, and magical pluses don't make them faster. So
That's true. All right, so Roland, you go rushing up towards these 2 big badass monstrosities, pushing your way almost physically through the stench. Go ahead and make your attack.
D20. 11 plus 5, 16, 0. AC 0.
All right, so yeah, you're let me just show out this scene really quick too. Go ahead and roll your damage. There's 4 of these things, and one of them is clearly much bigger than the other 3. And as you're approaching, he just takes his 2 big meaty fists and he says, and goes, and just pushes the 2 like smallest ones out into the corridor.
Yeah.
Like one of them sort of stumbles towards you, it's like, and you run your sword into it. So what's the damage?
15.
Oh, wow, okay. Because its eyes sort of bugging out of its head.
Is it large or medium?
No, it's not. These are all medium size, even though
Oh, yeah, cool.
they're bigger.
Yeah.
But
15. Yeah.
yeah. All right. It's still up though. So that was at 4. At 6.
We just.
Tucktrin, you're running over to
yes,
get it
6
between
with me,
Tarkus.
sorry.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Tucktrin, you're running over to get in between Tarkus and this last remaining ghoul, but it seems to move quicker, like it's looking for the last taste of human flesh before it gets struck down, and it climbs quickly over the bodies and leaps at Tarkus simultaneous to Tarkus' spell going off. Although the spell goes first because it's magic, missile, and then melee. So
Melee.
the spell goes first.
Ooh, beautiful. Well, I assume Grey Ash isn't going to resist this, so don't need to attack. Ooh, take 6
You can't
healing,
resist
bro.
I resist the healing. Does that take me to 0 or 2?
2.
2. Okay.
I refuse to return to the light.
Turn back. Turn
Is that
back.
to an unconscious or to
To
an
the shadows.
conscious?
He's conscious. Yep, he's conscious.
Sweet.
And then the creature, of course, attacks you simultaneously. So, what's your AC while casting spell?
4.
Oh my god. Okay, so it claws you, and as it does, it gets you like right behind your neck. Right after you cast the spell, you look up, and it gets you right behind your neck, and then it pulls you in towards it and bites you. Got a nat 20 on the bite. That's why I sort of described it that way.
Ooh.
Make 2
Ouch.
saving throws versus paralyzation. 2 saving throws versus paralyzation.
Let me just make sure I've got. Yeah, there we go. So. Yeah, 2d20. One was a 13, one was a 20. Both of them pass.
Nice. All right. You managed to shake off its call towards this nether world, giving up your soul, but you still feel pain as the claw and bite mark rips you for 15 points of damage total.
Ooh. Feel the burn.
That was literally max damage. All right, so that was the smaller one on 6, and then on the other side, the ones on Roland, the 2, being seemingly pushed forward to fight against enemies that they wish they didn't have to, but nevertheless, the ravenous hunger for human flesh drives them forward. But you easily move away from the creature with your powerful shield and incredible AC. Yes, and so you're moving and dodging and weaving and batting the arms away and using your sword to thrust their bites away, and you're able to stay. Roland is able to stay ahead of these incredibly of these disgusting creatures. But meanwhile, you actually start hearing like vomiting and sick happening in the room where the prisoners are, and looking over there, you can see many of them are succumbing to the horrors of the scent coming from these creatures. That was at 6. At 8, Tuctrin.
Okay. I'm gonna swing for the fences of that one that just thrashed my teammate.
Do it.
That is a 9 plus
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
13, 14, 15. Yeah, AC 1.
Mm-hmm.
And 12 damage.
It is dead. It was wounded, if you recall.
Yeah.
It was wounded. So you chop it down with your axe, giving yourself a bit of a breather in a way, because now that passageway behind you to the east, or not behind you, but the passageway to the west is clear, and there's only those big ones from the east, which are terrifying in their own right, but you've managed to clear off one direction to potentially head. And let's go back to initiative or declarations here. And you're back on this, David. Now, Grey Ash, of course, is on the ground. So if you want to get up, it will take a round, but you can do other things from the ground if you choose. So let's go ahead and...
Just Grey Ash or JB as well?
JB's wasn't healed.
Oh, okay.
Right?
No, isn't he still paralyzed?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the paralyzation lasts for a time limit, it's not based on whether the creature that...
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought I heard you say that he was up and ready to go. I was like, wait, well, but he got hit after me. What's up with that?
No, he is, because he got healed.
Yeah, okay.
He had a heal.
Lovely.
Well, actually, you know what? That's a good point. He was paralyzed.
Yeah, he's paralyzed still.
Yeah, he's still paralyzed. It doesn't break the paralyzation, does it?
That's what we're saying.
I have no idea. What do you think? Unconsciousness, would that break paralyzation or no? What do you guys say?
Because it would work on other
Depends the type
poisons
of
as
poison,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah.
True. That's right.
I
Yeah,
think-
you're right.
Yeah, I think it depends on the nature of the
type,
paralysis.
I suppose. Yeah,
Because if it's
'cause he
magical
did die
paralysis,
for
I
a
would say
moment.
no. If it's magical paralysis, probably not. If it's like fear paralysis, I would say yes. If it's poison paralysis, if the poison hasn't gone away, then no. I think it just depends on what the manner of the paralysis is, you know?
Yeah, good examples. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's fear, I'd say roll again. Like, as you come conscious, if it rolls over
good
you again, if
examples.
it's magical, keep it.
But I think there is a caveat.
It's not a fear-based thing, because if it was fear, they would say it.
It's a
Because you
venom.
get bonus. Fear is a thing for which you can get bonuses against. So this isn't a fear-based thing. It's like an undead touch. You know, an
Nah,
undead touch
if you remain
attack.
paralyzed.
Yeah, I think he
Nice.
might remain paralyzed only simply because it's like supernatural.
Yeah.
You know, which I would classify as being in the same category as magic.
Because
You
there's
know,
a
it's
spell
almost
remove
like-
paralysis. And potions remove paralysis.
That's
and shit.
right. That is true. Okay, so you are paralyzed, so you cannot act still.
No worries.
Okay.
I thought these were just fucking zombies.
They are, in fact,
These are
fucking really
everything,
pissed off.
apparently.
No, they are not just zombies.
well, we're okay. I think we're okay.
All right. So Roland, what's Roland doing?
Yeah, fucking 2 attacks on that white thing. Fucking
Okay, so you're
wherever
going
it
over
is.
there. Yeah, and then
Laying into the last one.
simultaneous Tuctrin's doing the same thing, running over and now just trying to.
No, new round. No, I'm casting another spell.
Okay, casting another spell. Tarkus is. What's Tarkus doing?
Tarkus is. It's high time he drew steel. So I'll pull my blade and move towards the enemy, intending to stab people up.
Well, that is convenient because you can help close the gap to ensure that Tucktrain can actually cast his spell.
Yeah.
If you so choose. Let's go ahead
And
and...
it still can't come at me and actually actively attack me until I engage.
Right. So if you lose initiative, it will have to save to attack you. So I'm going to put this in Dom's hands because he's incredibly unlucky when it comes to rolling initiative. And since he's casting the spell, which is probably going to be the most impactful, I'm going to let him roll it.
It may or may not be the most impactful. I'm going to do something that you're probably not going to suspect I'm going to do. All right. I mean, it's okay. It's a 5. This is not terrible, but it's not amazing.
Let's see what I got over here.
Oh, wait a minute. I should probably roll a D10 and not a D8. My bad. I had my damage die.
Help.
Have we
Yeah.
declared?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we've all
see.
declared, haven't we?
Hold on.
Everybody declared,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
2.
All right.
Fucking yes.
I rolled a D8 the first time. Sorry.
Does Tarkus take a modifier because he's not actually drawn his sword yet and has to now do a miscellaneous action as well as
No.
to attack?
No.
Okay.
No, I see what
Just
you're trying to
checking.
do. That'd be cool. No, you won. You guys won initiative. Like you're
Oh,
gonna.
no.
Everybody's gonna
I
go
didn't even
first.
think like that, but
Yeah,
I was just making sure.
they're not on. They go much later in the round. So that puts Roland at 6 or 5, right?
Yeah.
And then Tuktrin is at what?
I will be going at 8.
At 8, and then Tarkus is. What are you actually? You say drawing steel. Are you drawing? Do you use a
well,
sword?
yeah, I'm drawing my bastard sword, which is 6, so I would go on 8.
Okay, perfect. That's fine. Roland is first. Go ahead. You rush out. You move up to the hesitant, the massive hesitant creatures standing before you. One of which is gravely wounded by you. Completely
Running
runs-
through first. Running through first.
All right.
And the forward fucking
Yeah,
stab.
rotting intestines are hanging down.
Right. D20.
The wounds swarmed by maggots.
Shit.
Is it a 2?
5. Yeah. No, that's a 5. A 5 plus 5, 10. I'm class 6.
Armor class 6? Are you serious?
Mhm.
Your weapon bounces off its thick skin. You don't get quite a good
Oh.
angle on it.
I'll commit my second attack to it then.
Okay.
Oh, shit. 14.
That's gonna hit.
Beheaded.
He had 1 hit point, so.
I last wasted 2 attacks on a fucking useless creature. I should have fucking attacked the other one. Anyway, I'll think about that later.
So that was
in my
that was
dreams.
at 5 in your dreams. Tuktrin and Tarkus go simultaneous spells go before melee, so Tuktrin first.
Okay. I am casting remove paralysis on my teammates.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
It is on my spell list for my second level spells. If you can see my
I
spell list.
love it. I can see some vague outlines of some piece of paper.
Yeah, I can't get my camera face right there at the bottom of that list. Anyways, it's on my spell
I
list.
believe you. I would believe you 1,000%. We've been playing together forever, dude.
Right. So
Trust me
remove
with this.
paralysis because we have 2 guys down, right?
Yep.
So I can cast it on 1d4 creatures in a 20-foot cube at a range of 50 yards.
Well, that's easy.
That's
So yeah, just roll a
mega.
d4 and get more than 1.
Right.
Kick ass. Is it
Yeah.
your character specifically an
one.
undead fighter, isn't he? He's an undead champion warrior.
I rolled
Isn't
a 4 and I didn't need to. So hey, up to 4 creatures.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So if it's cast on 1 creature, the paralysis is instantly negated. If it's cast on 2 creatures, each of them receive a new saving throw with a +4 bonus.
Okay.
That's nice.
Both of you make new saving throws with a +4 bonus.
Yeah.
That's good that is. Now we know that. Next fight. Whenever this comes up
12
again.
made it.
18.
Oh yeah, you guys got it.
Nice.
Suddenly you come to. All right, and then Tarkus. strides in the
I'll
battle.
move towards the nearest baddie and start stabbing.
Yeah, the one who was showing great fear. You can see the big one is now nudged. The other one that was standing aside him, who was also quite large, but not as big as the biggest one, and he like pushes him to go into the gap to stand on top of the body, stand where the body is, of his friend. All right, so go ahead and make your attack.
Yeah, I rolled a 7. I missed.
You sure? Probably,
let's
but
see. Yeah. So AC 7, I think, or something
okay,
around
that
there.
sounds about right. All right, yeah. Unfortunately, you're not able to, but you stand and you did your job in standing guard for Tuctrin, standing in its place. And one of them then, now that you've broken the field, it smiles at you, seemingly knowing what you have done, having missed it, and it looks down at you, leering. Here. All right, so let's. Okay, it got an AC 3 and an AC 4. Did those hit you at all?
No.
All
With
right.
shield out, I'm AC 2.
All right. Yes. Okay. So you're deflecting the creature away, in spite of the fact that you weren't able to hit it. It's not able to hit you as well. And then Tuctrin. I'm not Tuctrin. Roland, the other one, the other larger one that moved into its space. Man, it's at the AC 2. It's not a bad roll, but the impenetrable tank Roland, Raven's blood. Apparently, that Raven cloak gave you some magical powers of deflection. That takes us through the round. That was because that was on 9. So let's go back to the declarations here, and we'll start with. Oh fuck! Let's let JB and Greyhash do something. You're both
It's
on the
been
ground.
so long since we saw
Yeah.
you boys.
What's Greyhash gonna do?
Back.
Still a fuck ton of enemies, right? But like they're all mixed in with us now.
No. There's a bunch of. You're in the middle of a pile of dead bodies. That of the dead undead, basically all around you. Further down the hall to the west, or to the east, I'm sorry. Roland Ravensblood and Tarkus Morningstar stand shoulder to shoulder, fighting against two of the largest of these creatures that you can possibly imagine. And behind them, Tuctrin stands, and he was sort of facing in your direction. You can clearly see that he's sort of finished up chanting a prayer.
And there's no more coming from this room?
No, you guys are essentially, I don't want to say safe, but like you're blocked off from the combat right now.
Okay.
Because finally Roland was able to accomplish what he'd been trying to do since the very beginning of the battle and stop it at only 2. So
I feel like I've missed most of the fight. I'm going to take Roland's words into account and pace myself out. They seem to have it managed, mostly. I don't know, how big are these fuckers in the hallway? They're fucking huge, right?
they're pretty big. They're not huge. They're still man size, but they're just like bigger.
Well, knowing
more
they can
distorted,
paralyze, I
like-
don't want to. I'm gonna, because I know these things can like paralyze you. I'm gonna magic missile.
The biggest one in the
two.
back is untouched. He's like standing back there, clearly giving orders.
Yeah, okay.
Can you
I'll
magic
magic
missile?
missile the big guy.
Okay, so- all right, and then what
Summon
about
one.
what is Tarkus doing this time? Is he going with his sword again?
Yeah, I'm going to continue as I began and keep stabbing this guy.
All right, and then Roland as well. I'm gonna assume that's a
Chris?
yes from Chris over there. You're muted, buddy. I don't know if you're trying to talk.
Thanks. I was muted. Yes. Thank you very much.
You're very
Yes,
welcome.
I chop one. Yeah, definitely the nearest,
Okay.
biggest, baddest one.
We'll
All
just
right, so-
hold him shoulder to shoulder.
And then JB, what's JB gonna do? You're on the ground, so you'd have to stand up if you want to do much, but you can also fire from the ground if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire.
-2 penalty, and
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
or -4 if you're going to fight it, fire into the front rank.
Well, that's the only option, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. You're actually kind of going to be at a -6 from the ground and avoiding your companions.
Oh, for it,
I
man.
mean, I got hit by a rock, so avoiding my companions is negotiable.
So you're not going to worry about your companions?
I mean,
I'm
gonna aim for the big zombie guys, but
I know, but are you taking the penalty precaution to not?
yeah, I'll take the penalty.
Okay.
I guess.
Then you're going to be -6.
Y'all owe me
That's
one.
fine. That's fine. And then finally, let's get to Tuctrin.
Okay, so
you're behind rank, so like you're not
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else is in front of me. A couple people are charging forward, so I think realistically, I'm probably not going to be able to get into melee this round.
Probably not.
Right. So what I'll do is I'm going to move up into a position where if I can, I'll get into melee the round after or cast another spell the round after. So I'll move up and then I'll I don't think does anybody else look like super injured or?
Yeah, Greyash does not look good.
Yeah, I will cast.
Greyash is like pale. I mean, he's up. He's like, you see him and he's like, kind of moving now, but he's like, pale and injured. He does not look good.
Yeah, I'll like cure moderate on him.
Okay, you're gonna go cast a spell then. Okay, so then let's go ahead and make that those rolls then. Let's go ahead and I don't know, Pete. Why don't you go ahead and roll us a d10 this time around?
Oh, I get to roll something! Yay! 3.
Okay. So everybody, give your modifiers to me, and why don't we start with
8.
David, what is Greyash doing again? I'm sorry.
Magic missiling.
Magic
So
missile.
1.
Okay, so then you'll be at 4 then. JB is shooting his
8.
bow.
8. Yep.
Tarkus.
+6, so
6.
I had 3, so that'd be a 9.
9, and then Roland +3, so you are at 6. And then finally, Tuctrin Cure Moderate is that a 5?
It's a 5.
Okay.
So I'll go on to 8?
Yep. All right, so Greyash, you're first. You gather your wits. You're from the ground, but you begin to move your hands around in complex motions.
Okay.
Flying out
I
of
wave my
your-
hands around in complex motions.
Or is it 4? Is it 4? Your 4th level?
Yeah, still 4th level.
Covetous of the 5th level, coming soon. 2 missiles go firing out of your hands towards the biggest creature in the back. Scalding him.
An amount of damage equal to something.
1d4 plus 1 each.
8.
Nice. All right.
Something.
Yeah, so you see he like his tongue hanging out of his mouth. He like yells something and like points at you. That was at 4. At 6, Roland and they go simultaneous. Go ahead, Roland.
Okay. One attack on the biggest looking one I can swat.
Yeah, you got the biggest one standing right in front of you. He stepped over the body of the one that you killed. He's one of the biggest ones. He's not the biggest leader guy. We just got hit by some magic missiles, by the way.
Wicked. Armor class -3.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yep.
Oh. 3 plus 7, 10.
Definitely seems tougher though than the ones that you fought before. And he reaches down simultaneous at 6 and tries to claw you where you stand. But I don't roll a natural 20, so he does not claw you. Another one though, however, standing toe to toe with Tarkus, looks to do some damage. And One of the claws manages to tear into you. Make a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Ooh, fail.
Oh, you take 2 points of damage, but you feel the creeping tendrils of darkness reaching towards your soul, your shriveling, shrinking soul. All right, so that was at 6. Unfortunately, Tarkus, you are frozen and do not get to act. At 8, JB
fires.
and Tuktrin, it's missile,
Magic
missile melee. So go ahead first, Tuktrin.
8 points.
All right, Grayash, you feel the magical energies of Clangeddon, right?
Clangeddon.
Of Clangeddon. I like Clangeddon.
Yeah,
Nice.
Clangeddon. Yeah. So basically, as I'm moving past you, I'm casting this prayer, saying this prayer to Clangeddon, and I just lay a hand on your shoulder real quick, and you grow some stubble real quick. As I walk by, you feel better.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you.
Little stubbles. It's all patchy though. He's a half elf.
I mean,
Okay, so take your shot. Take your shot, JB. -6.
All right, so that's going to be a overall -4 with my dex
Yeah.
bonus.
Right.
All right, let's make up for lost time here if we can. That is a 19. I would hit AC 3.
Yeah, that's good enough. So you managed to avoid your companions. We'll say
And-
Roland, because you are going after one of the bigger ones. So yeah, you managed to avoid Roland, and it sticks into the creature.
Fuck.
And that is 7 points of damage.
Dunk.
nice.
That is quite the thunk.
Yeah,
Imagine that, like,
arrows
just as like
sticks
a
out.
step out the way, like for a second, then you just go through the gap. Fucking blast him, like.
Do not underestimate
right.
JB2 locks.
Everything opens up right before. That's right, I forgot. JB2 locks. Oh, I forgot about that awesome nickname. All right, so that was on 8. 8, 9 is Tarkus, who is paralyzed. So that's everybody, unless anybody has any extra additional attacks. Nope.
Am I able to fire my last shot at the end of the round?
Oh
or
yeah.
not,
You
'cause
can
I was
get your
getting
second. Yeah, you can get your second attack.
All right, I'm actually going to aim at the one by Tarkus because I saw him get hit, and I assume he's going dark just like I was.
Yeah, sure. That's okay.
All right. Still same thing, -4?
Yep.
Yeah, -4 combined. 20! Nice.
All right.
I know that.
These new dice.
Dink.
And that is a 6, so 12 damage.
That big thunk.
Bam, a lamb.
Okay. Well, it wasn't injured at all, but it definitely now is, as the arrow is sort of sticking out. I'll say it's sticking out one of its eyes, and it's like,
With a net 20, I better hit the eye.
Okay. All right, so that was the end of the round, and let's get back to declarations here. Chris and... Okay, so Tarkus is out. Chris, go ahead and declare. Are you fighting still?
Yeah, can you press the attack? As much as I
Okay.
can.
Is JB going to continue to fire from the ground?
And how much time do I need to take to actually get up and get a better...
Takes a full round to get up.
Takes a-
I know. It's the
Yeah,
rule,
it's
but we're
annoying.
just going to stick with it for everybody.
All right, yeah, I'm just going to keep on firing from the ground then.
Okay.
And I am going to focus on the one near Tarkus because he's paralyzed.
Okay, and then what about Grayash? Also on the ground.
Also on the ground. I'll get up.
Okay. And that's it. And then Tucktrin.
So there is closest to me, if I'm looking at this correctly, as I'm trying to move down this corridor, there are 4 of these large ones, or 3.
There's now 3. There's
There's
two
now
that
3.
are standing side by side, both of which are injured.
Right,
Fighting
and then the
Cuss and
fighting
and then
Roland, and
one
then
bigger
Tarkus has
one behind him that's like kind of urging them on.
Right.
So
So there is
actually has a couple burns on him as well.
All right, so 1 in the back, 2 on Roland, but none on Tarkus.
1 on Tarkus, 1 on Roland, and then 1 in the back.
Okay. Well, the one that's standing over Tarkus, who is now paralyzed, I'm gonna attack that one.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna go straight for it.
fine.
Yeah.
And if you win initiative, you'll step in his place, and if not, then it'll all work out that way somehow way or another. All right, and then is that everybody? Did I get everybody's declarations? I did. All right, so go ahead and roll. Ugh, boo.
Who's rolling for us?
Anybody? Go ahead. Go ahead, Dom.
All right.
That guy over there.
Okay, let's see. D10 this time. And 3.
Wow. All right.
3.
So that puts Roland at 6.
Overall, I have not been rolling terrible this game.
I know. You might have broke your hex.
I'm not used to it.
Bless you.
I'm used to. I have +8 to the save. Doesn't matter. That paralysis last time that I got hit with, that illusionary paralysis. Yeah.
That was brutal, right?
Yes, I needed like a
thing.
Yeah. I needed a 9, rolled like a 2 or whatever. Yeah, terrible.
Vicious.
Um,
I chop one as best I can.
Okay, and then I'm just trying to get everything in here. Tucktrin is what's your AC? What's your initiative then, Tucktrin, with the weapon?
So 3 + 7, 10.
10. Okay. All right. So on 6, Greyhawk gets up, and Roland, go ahead.
Chop.
Go ahead. Bring the
What's
chop.
that?
I approve of this message.
A 5 + 5, 10. I'm +6.
It's not good enough, man.
No.
Okay, second attack. Yay! 7 + 5, 12. I'm a +4.
That's just good enough.
Oh. Okay. Nice.
You're gonna kill it. It's 7 hit points, so you're +7. So you rush in. Oh, was that an 8 too? Is that a max? Yeah. So you can describe your kill if you like.
I lift him up from the ribcage with my sword, right, and the hilt jams into his chest, and the sword comes out like his shoulders at the back. And I lift him up and then throw him off my blade.
And then just before you stands the biggest, most fearsome of these things that you've seen. And then finally, that was at 6. JB, go ahead. There's the one standing there that's injured right in front of Tarkus. And then there's the big one, which now you can see. There's a path to. In fact, he's not even in melee right now. So you wouldn't even take a penalty. Well, you take the -2 for being on the ground. Penalty.
Okay. Well, and that'll just be a wash for my dex bonus.
Yeah.
No, but I'm still gonna attack the one that's on Tarkus.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Natural 20, get the other eye.
That is a 19, not a natural 20, but that's good enough to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that hits
19, 20, and 19. 3 rolls in a row.
Yeah.
I love these dice. They like me.
They only have 19s and 20s on them. That's why you love them.
There's an 18 on there somewhere. And that is 5 damage.
Okay. It is still up. And it does look hungry. But Tucktrin and it go simultaneously. So Tarkus is you're stepping in there. And I sort of know how I'm gonna play this out. So go ahead and do your attack.
Okay. Are these considered undead?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, well, I just need to know for my. But I get a +2 if they're undead. That's fine. All right, so AC 2.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Nice.
You can go ahead and describe your kill. It has 2 hit points.
Yeah. So I just ran past, healed Gray Ash, came up. I'm just gonna do like an upswing and just kind of do like the uppercut with the axe and just split it up from halfway up, and it just falls over.
Yes.
Because it's taller, it's bigger than I am, so kind of.
Yeah, so then Tuctrin and Roland stand before the great beast of all of these, the final remaining one. And it steps forward. And let's see here. It looks down at you. It looks down at you, Tuctrin. You look weaker, surprisingly. Yeah. So it looks down at you and comes at you. On 10 also, so.
Okay.
All right, so one of its claws misses and its bite does, but it manages to get you with its second claw, and it just whacks you. And go ahead and make that saving throw versus paralyzation.
All right, let's do it.
All the cool kids get paralyzed.
12 out of, I needed a 9, so got up a 3.
Good for you. You take
Awesome.
1 point of damage as well. So
oh, nice.
Not much. All right, so that JB has another attack, but now they're in melee, so you would have to take the penalty again.
Yeah, fuck it.
Go ahead, make your attack.
18. Look at that. But that
There's 18 on the
hits
die.
19, 20, 19, 18. 4 rolls in a row.
that hits
Right.
AC 4.
18 hits AC 4. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, so your
Okay.
arrow fires across the room.
4 damage.
Now, the creature had only been injured by Gray Ash's magic missiles, so takes a bit more damage. All right, so let's get back to declarations for what I hope will be the final round of this battle. This epically long battle against Undead.
Man, this has been going on for 2 hours now. We are fighting these things to the last.
I know. Well, it's a lot of them. It's a total of 16 enemies.
Oh boy.
This is normal, man. You can have 2 to 3 sessions sometimes where it's just combat.
Well,
Three
it was
waves.
17
This-
enemies because Tucker was rocking me.
Seriously, temple, man.
Well, you know, as you do.
All right, so yeah, I assume that Tuctrin and Roland are gonna try to bring the pain.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
what's Gray Ash doing? There's one remaining,
it's
and
like-
Tuctrin and Roland are stalking towards the creature.
I'll just sling it. I'll take the firing to melee. It's probably not going to hit, but whatever. Got
Okay, I like
gun
it, I
standing
like
here. Well, does anyone? Are any of the NPCs like in a state where I could try and aid them? Like, are anyone bleeding or?
No,
Oh,
Nope.
okay, and yeah, just sling.
I mean they're malnourished and stuff. I mean they need to eat and food and real sleep and
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
not
know,
the time for
but
that.
Not that, yeah. Okay,
Sling.
great. Yeah, so you pull out your sling then, and then JB, are you firing from the ground again, or are you going to get up?
I'm going to get up this time.
Okay. All right. So
Everyone else is piling on.
go ahead and why don't you roll there, Chris? That fancy dice
What's
tower
that?
goods thing.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a green dice. A 3.
Nice.
Very nice. And all right. Tuctrin and Roland, you both won initiative. So why don't you both go ahead and do your attack simultaneous right now?
Okay. did I get? A 2, miss.
Yeah, you miss.
13,
This is the first time for everything.
15, 19. Yeah. AC -3
Okay.
for 14.
And you have a second attack?
I get 3 this round.
Go ahead and do your other attack
Nice.
then, your second attack. Well, you're using the 2 weapons, so the second attack happens
Yeah.
simultaneously.
It's a
essentially.
19 on the die, so that's a lot.
All right, so Roland and Tuctrin, the two of you stalk in, and after and Grey Ash from afar with a slingstone, and JB with an arrow. All 4 of you just leap upon this creature, tearing into pieces with your weapons.
No mercy.
No mercy. You finally, you smell the stench of these creatures combined with blood and sweat, leather, and armor. Eventually Tarka starts to come around, as the paralysis wears off. But you just find yourself and the captives are giving each other hugs and praising you that you managed to save their lives. All right, so
Just wait until they get our bill.
Yeah.
so let's go ahead and we'll take a short break, and we're going to play a bit longer if that's okay with you guys, unless you.
Yeah.
Of course.
We might go.
We got loads.
Yeah,
Yeah, got loads of time.
Can I remove paralysis on Tarkus?
well, it kind of just wears off. Do you have the ability, or you just want to?
No, it's just
you
no,
just
it's a
want to
spell.
spell grind.
No,
You
if
say-
it wears off, that's fine.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to do. It's fine. I don't care really.
No, I don't
Just
want.
give
I
it a-
don't want to spell grind because in the next session we're still going to be down here.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to wear off. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's gonna wear
Time
off.
expire. Time expires best, innit, for this. And then, because if that happens next time, we're fucked. And we haven't got you to do remove paralysis. We're fucked.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's take a short. I'm going to take a short break, and we'll come right back. We'll do a bit more. Okay. All right,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
We'll give it
Oh,
40 minutes past. All right.
DM hold music incoming. Trying to find it. Oh, there we go. That's what I come here for.
Your game is important to us. Please stand by. Your GM would like you to know that dice rolls performed in his absence will not be counted. Long bathroom breaks have been shown as an effective way of building anticipation in a role-playing game. The gods frown upon players who peek behind their GM screen. Yes, I will snitch on you. Your GM is temporarily unavailable. Please stand by. Wouldn't it be nice to refill your GM's drink right now? GMing is thirsty work. Your GM would like you to know that your next saving throw may very well be your last. And remember, if life hands you lemonade, kick it in the balls and say, "I wanted a beer, bitch." Your game is important to us. Please stand by. Excessive dice rolling is a leading cause of repetitive stress injuries among gamers. Remember, don't sweat the small stuff. Gnomes, for example. After being in there this long, your GM is hungry. Feed the GM. Your game is important to us. Please stand by. Try not to step on the brownies. It's during long pauses such as these that we often grow philosophical and ponder the deeper questions of gaming. Just where did that tiger keep those 20 silver pieces? Is it really surprising there are no half-dwarfs? Where are the stats for were-hedgehogs? Would I get more girls if I played a bard? Do Italian vampires hate garlic? How will I lose my paladinship this time? Exactly what the heck is he doing in there this long? Where does one apply to become a Herald of Galactus? If I work for Department 7, what does Departments 1 through 6 do? Why didn't Gandalf cast more spells? Did he lose his spellbook or something?
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to you, JB Tulux, if that is your real name.
It's not.
Roland Ravensblood and JB Tulux. Best buddies till the end. Actually, they would make a good pair. A thief and a fighter. Kind of a little Faffer and the Grey Mouser-ish. Only the evil bastard versions of it. Tulux Shakur. Let me know when you guys are back and we'll get back to it.
Well, see, now I kind of feel like I need to put as much as I'm allowed to into open locks every time I level up. I can't be JB2 locks if I'm ever going to fail at opening locks again.
All right, you got a reputation to uphold.
That's right.
I usually like
bad
to focus
reputation.
on
That's
one
kind of
skill.
Returned.
I like to focus on one skill usually, or like a combination of skills that work together, and focus on that like to start usually. I have in my in Chris's game that I play with the Barbarians game, I have a fighter thief, and the thief has spent, well, now he's kind of spent some stuff on other things, but initially I really focused on hear noise. So I was like really good at hearing shit. And like I didn't really worry about the other stuff. Like I never pick pockets, I hardly ever pick locks. So I'd move silently and hide in shadows some, but then a lot of hear noise. And so like by like third, fourth, even and like by fifth level, like I could really hear noise super well. So like even though it was only one ability, that one ability was really good. And when we go through dungeons and stuff, I end up hearing stuff.
Yeah,
Like it helps you a lot. So
it really does.
it's fun.
I've been noticing that too. Those two, I've Move Silently and Hide in Shadows, and Detect Noise. I've been trying to power level after I've realized how useful they are. But I've been spreading them out pretty evenly. Right now, I've got Read Languages is my lowest at 10 because I kind of forgot that existed for the first couple levels. But my lowest percentage is Find and Remove Traps and Detect Noise that are both 45% chance. Everything else is at 50 or 60 for Climb Walls, which is its default.
Yeah. It's fun.
The thief was a bit of an assassin, so he was hiding shadows and hear noise and stuff like that. Couldn't open locks too much, but it was all about getting behind them and backstabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun. I always love filling in the little percentages and stuff. Like it's just you get your own whole mechanic array.
Absolutely.
For the character. That's the fun of it. Although thieves are not really particularly strong or powerful, especially in comparison to like the spellcasters as you get up higher level. And they don't really fight that well. I think that needs a little bit more of a buff on their backstab, in fact. I think it should multiply modifiers to a certain extent, although we can discuss that at some other point. But I think it in comparison to other classes, it's fairly weak for a, scaling power.
Yeah. Well, that's why every time I play any sort of rogue character, I put my best stat into dexterity and I just go with the bow attacks because that's going to be my best shot.
True. All right, well, let's get back to it, guys. So, like, let me reset the scene here. So, things go quiet, and there's almost a strange celebratory atmosphere caused by I guess you might call them civilians, the captives, that most of who had come to be
the herd
workers. Yeah. Milling about and giving each other hugs and then thanking each other. The one pirate, the one pirate guy who, who had the dagger in the fight, although never needed to use it, but he did sort of stand guard at the door. His name's Rory, by the way. He's a river sailor, you come to learn. And you can decide what that means in terms of, his various affiliations. But he, he's very thankful. But you find yourself standing amongst literally, once you have a time to let the dust settle. I mean, there is literally 16 bodies just lying here, and there is a stench, and they're just this rotting, horrid thing. And these were people one time, especially for the priests. Maybe Tuctrin more than any, but I mean, just seeing this, like these were soulless monsters, like the worst kind of evil, almost just like consumed undead. But the passageway does continue. I mean, there's places to go from where you stand. You have the hostages, not hostages. I don't want to call them hostages. Although maybe they are hostages for you, depending on how you look at it. The rooms beyond are dark. But you could see that heading further to the west, of course, through that open door, there's a room on which there are a number of crude pallets. Bas relief of a hideous head, a human-like face with squashed features, the face low upon a mushroom-shaped cranium. Various humanoids, monsters, and demonic creatures prance and jape in the background. The remains of a sandstone altar lie in fragments before this sculpture. All furnishings are gone, but 6 heaps of old clothing, rags, and whatnot remain, indicating that something once dwelled here, which we figure was probably the ghouls that you just killed. A wooden box is near the north door, the west door has a peephole usable from inside the room.
Oh.
So that's how they could see out. But there's a door to the north and there's a door on the east. The door to the north, although it doesn't indicate this on the map because I can't make it happen, the door is actually open. And you can see that there's a room beyond, although I'm not going to show you that yet because you haven't actually stepped into this room. But what would you like to do? This is where you're standing. You might say the natives are getting restless. The captives, the now freed captives, Rory says, "Look, I know you got business here. You're aiming to make a little bit of treasure. I've seen the likes of you before. You're not the type that's gonna want to bring all these folk back to Nulb and beyond. Give me a suit of armor, some rations. Help us get up to the surface, and I'll take it from there. I can take them back. I've got a bit of experience, and I know the woods around here a bit."
Warrior. And join me afterwards. And I'll throw in my +1 leather. Fucking have that.
He takes it. He puts it on. He nods at it. Actually looks at it and nods at it. In appreciation. It's obviously good leather armor. He says, "I thank you for the favor. He says, being new around here, I know you don't got a lot of friends, a lot of folk to look in on. I'm not about to add to that list. I want to be moving on, heading up the river. But just word of warning, keep an eye out for Dick Wrench, the proprietor at the Waterside Hostel. He works with that guy Watt. He's connected here, this guy Dick. He's connected here somehow to these brown-robed cultists, whatever they are. They're the ones that took me. All because I hit on Dick's girl. Because anyway, stay away from him. Don't trust the girl either. Dala's her name. Because anything that you say or do around them, you can make sure it's going to be coming back to this temple."
Thank you, Rory.
He says, "Can you get me to the surface?" And the others are nodding. And
while you restore the party, priests, I will venture up to the top with these and make my way back as fast as I can. Quickly, haste now. And I'll just start fucking shooing them out the room.
yeah, so fortunately we can narratively play this. You are able to guide them out, in fact, and guide them to safety, essentially safety. Taking them up the stairways and back into the evil temple, which seems as undisturbed as it was when you got there. Abandoned, yet sort of full of evil life simultaneously. And you get them out that side door that you went through, which it's still bashed in. I mean, it hasn't really been that long. I mean, I know the battle seemed like it took a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, like a couple hours, I think we discussed. So it hasn't really been that long. You usher them, you kind of get them going out the door, making sure. And Rory guides them across sort of that open, probably the most scary part of the whole journey is the open field between elemental evil and the outer walls. But they manage to sort of run across, and before you know it, you see them disappearing between the openings in the decrepit walls that surround the courtyard.
Fucking POW escape, man. Go.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing that, doing that whole thing, moving the fingers, the hands, and rushing them through. And yeah, they do, in fact. And then you return. And in that time, anybody that wants to do any healing? Are you guys going to do any healing? What's the plan back at the camp? Dead body piles. Dead body pile fort piles. We'll call it.
I'm going to go through their pockets.
Zombie.
Who is very injured?
I'm
I'm slightly.
about a third low.
About half.
All right.
Do we go with the rule that I can spend a level 2 slot on a level 1 spell?
What do you guys think? I kind of feel okay with that. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean,
really bother
Yeah,
me.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean-
Downcasting, that's fine.
So JB, you said you're down?
Yep.
And Luke, I don't know, just to clarify this rule, I think you know this, but I'll just clarify it too, just to everybody to remember that that you can also always, you should never memorize or pray for a healing spell, because you can always default any spell to a healing spell.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
why I don't
automatically
have any
do it.
cure light wounds.
Exactly.
At all.
That's a great rule.
JB
I
13.
love that rule.
I just
Awesome.
hate it when priests have to
Yeah.
be heal bots. You know what
I
I mean?
totally
So-
agree, Rob. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Because it
Thank
makes
you.
them stack
We're
then.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not fun to
How's
play.
Greyhawk
It's
looking
not
at the
fun.
moment?
Grey Ash is
Greyhawk, how are you looking at the moment?
Hmm?
Health-wise, you good?
I'm at half.
Okay. Right, I'll give you. Yeah, I'll cure light wounds. Let's go. Find my dice box. Take 2.
All
Okay.
right, so you guys are working on healing, and Roland's kind of coming back, and JB, you're doing the JB thing. And you're not really like finding anything on any of the you're not finding anything on any of the bodies, but inevitably, while everybody's dicking around with getting healing, you just, I don't know, you just end up pulling the top off of the box that you see in the other room, and inside are a number of copper coins, 263 copper coins, and a 6-inch tall, finely carved ivory statuette.
Nice.
And that also gives you a glance of the room beyond, which the door is, as I mentioned, is open, but you can also see that there's another door there far across the room. That door also is open.
Oh boy.
And you can see that, it continues on. But this room, the stench is horrible in this room. Parts of rotting tapestry still adorn the east and west walls. A battered table and 2 stools occupy the center of the room. Mounds of cloth line the walls, apparently beds for the occupants. A water barrel is near the south door, and a full sack rests near the north door. You can see into that room beyond. And at this point, you guys, has everybody healed up?
I've done what I'm going to do
Yeah.
for now, yeah.
All right,
Same.
Roland has returned. JB, you can hear everybody sort of joined back together and having a discussion about what to do next. So what would you like to do next now, everybody? Pete, go ahead and roll an appraisal for me, actually. Pete,
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
can you roll me a appraisal?
Yeah, no, I've got my wireless, so I heard you. I just could not unmute at the moment.
Sure.
That one got on top of my dice, so there's either a 2 or a 20. And that is a...
I can't hear you. I just heard that is a...
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Same. Headset just died. Lol.
All right, so I rolled a 7.
You rolled a
Yeah.
7. Okay.
I rolled a 7. That makes it whatever the stat is.
Yeah, so you deduce that the ivory statuette is worth 85 gold pieces.
Cool.
But now everybody's kind of back together. And what would you like to do?
Well, we could continue on down this path where these creatures probably came from and take it to its inevitable conclusion, or we could try to seal off this doorway and check a different hallway. So press on or fall back.
I feel like
I'll walk through the door.
I feel like if there's any more around here, like people or monsters, we know about it after all that ruckus.
I'll follow
Yeah, I
Roland,
kind of feel like they
obviously.
would have kept on coming for us.
Well,
I say we keep
Got
on going.
swarmed.
I
Yeah,
move
well-
up to the door.
Yeah, we'll press on.
Okay. As your light pours on and continues, you're able to see, much of. It continues on. I'm just going to kind of describe this to you because you're going to, since you're being,
What was this door? Like the one we're moving away from? Did we not check it?
You have not checked that door.
No, we didn't.
Oh, I didn't see that door.
Should
Double
we check
back.
it first?
Yeah,
Because it's
double
right on the
back.
edge of the
Yeah,
map.
don't
Probably
leave doors
isn't gonna
behind
lead to
us.
anything.
Yeah.
Double back and open the door.
Okay.
My
On
autism.
Roland's hip.
You double back and
must-
open the door.
I must
Okay.
open the map up.
Let
Sorry.
me just make sure that's not like trapped or some shit.
Oh,
Okay.
for fuck's sake.
Save or die.
Me and Roland will blow up at right now.
Fuck it. I'll follow the corridor.
He's checking the books. Wait, we might be dead.
Yeah. He's like,
Okay, so you
20
no, the
spike
door
columns.
opens. The door opens. There's no problems. The door opens. It's fine. You open the door. You can see beyond that there is a passageway, and your light spilling to its greatest distance. I don't really know. What are you using? A coin of continual light now? Is that what it is, or a stone of continual light, or something?
Yeah, we all have one like a coin. Yeah.
Okay. Did you? You didn't do that this week, did you?
What, the list?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you do all the
So
stuff?
we each got a coin of continual light. We
Okay.
have a animated chest, and we have continual light shutters inside the building. Is what I did, and
Okay.
glyphs of warding.
I love it. All right, so their continual light coins extend to the distant end of this hallway, and you can see that it turns to the right. So it heads to the north for 10, 20, 30, 40-ish feet, and then turns to the right.
Turn the corner in my shield.
And you
Up
go
front.
over there, and you just turn
I
the corner.
peep out with my shield and look around.
Keep out with your shield and look around. And you can see that
It zigs and zags.
it
I move up
zigs
to the
and zags,
I move-
exactly.
I move to the next corner. Same again.
Oh dear.
We're moving so carefully. Watch they just meet at the end or something.
I'm wondering. Yeah, carry on round. 1/3 movement rate.
Cautiously moves forward.
What the?
Okay, I just did it weird because your light wouldn't extend all the way into the room.
Fucking mad
Red
room.
room.
Oh, I just made it look all jagged.
The room has teeth.
It does. That's really the mouth of the Dracolich.
Uh-huh.
I just did not
Um,
expect that.
So yeah, so you move over
When you
into
bite
this
the
area
abyss, the
here,
abyss bites
and-
back.
and it's a much larger room. You can see that this huge place is over 100 feet long and 30 feet wide in the main portion. The litter of tables, trestles, benches, chairs, and stools scattered and heaped about place show that great revelries of evil were once conducted here. Bits of tapestries and drapes still hang here and there from the walls. Bones and whole skeletons can be seen on the floor and under the heaped broken furniture. A skirmish in the greater battle for the temple was surely fought in this place.
Wow.
I'm going to say a prayer to Clangeddon when we come in here for all the warriors that lost their blood in this to this evil.
I'm gonna start looking for something worth anything.
Okay.
I look about with my eyes, generally.
All right, so you guys are moving into the room.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
How'd you make it ping?
Go on the
Long press.
arrow on the very top, far left of the bar, and then hold it down in place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow,
okay.
that is vast.
Oh, that's a mad room.
Yeah. Okay. So you all start moving into the room, and each going your own direction. Tucktrin, you begin to say prayers in Dwarven as you walk amongst the bodies. Roland just walks out in the middle for reasons unknown. Drash enters. Parkas enters. JB starts looking for shit and starts searching around. And your light is sort of touching on everything. And then it's like simultaneously, all of you catch this movement out of the corners of your eyes. And you look around, and no, it is not out of the corners of your eyes, but everywhere around you. As skeletons begin to rise up from the piles all around you, all around your feet, behind you, in front of you, as you've entered the room, filled with skeletons. And we'll go ahead and stop right there. I think that's a perfect place to stop.
Oh, you did it to us again, guys.
Hey, you guys did it. You did it to yourself.
We kind of did. We should have known better.
Now is the time for Fireball.
Now is the time for Fireball. Maybe
I know they're everywhere.
The Gray Ash will level up here. So let me give you some XP here. So there's a lot. This should be a decent amount this time. Yeah, I mean these battles go long, but stuff happens, and they're integrated. Like certain things are integrated into certain other things, and like once something starts down a specific path, like it's just gonna happen. Like once you set a domino going, it goes. It hits. It keeps hitting dominoes, unless you stop it. You know this, Chris. You've done this. You know this adventure.
I forgot the layout of the map totally, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
they're not stupid.
It's hard to remember the layout of the map. It's huge.
There's no way I remember. All I remember is that the forces do all move together in congregation with each other in some way. Like they won't let one part of the temple just be ransacked and lived in. They will eventually, with time, come to that location and purge it, and get you out and shit. So Dungeon Keeper.
Alright, so 13.
I mean, fucking hell, it's huge, isn't it? It is big.
It's so awesome, dude. It's so awesome.
We didn't get XP for last session either.
You did?
No, because we had to rush. It's okay.
We had to rush out.
Because mid-fight as well.
Last session, everybody just got, what was it?
Yeah, we
500.
got 58. Something.
No, you got
we
504?
I shut my mouth. Sorry.
301? 301? Everybody get 301? Does that sound like it might have happened?
Sounds a familiar number,
I know I
actually.
got something.
I wrote it down. You said 500.
I thought I gave everybody 500.
That's what I thought.
I might have not been paying attention then.
Okay,
Yeah,
what was the XP? 500,
Last
everybody.
time?
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it was a weird number like 504.
504 is what I have written down on my sheet.
Yeah.
That's it then, 504.
So I don't know. I don't have it written down. I have 301 and 504. Those are probably the two. There's probably something to do with that. Those things.
301 was when I dinged, definitely. It just pushed me over. So 504 would be the next lot since then, which was last session.
Yeah, okay, so everybody gets 940 XP for the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
I'm not going to cry.
4, 8, 12, 16.
That's what you get when you go, fucking come on. Fucking cane everything.
And then it's 40 hit dice.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And 40 hit dice. And then
Well, I leveled up.
Yay.
I wish.
Congrats.
and then 400 extra each for let's see. 1 2, 3, no, 1, 2. No, 300 extra each. 300 extra each. I'm sorry, 300 extra each, not 400. So it's 1240 total for each.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Mhm.
And we can add our 10% on.
Yeah, if you got the prime requisite, you can do that. And of course, all of your proficiencies and extra abilities and stuff, guys. I don't know if we can play next week, but I actually have a sitter next Thursday. So if you guys can play, we could potentially play one more time. It would be 4 weeks in a row, which would be unprecedented.
I'm in.
available.
I'm in.
Let's if it does that sound possible for everybody? September 28th.
Yeah, probably.
I am
Feasible
available.
for me.
I will see if I can make that happen. Then I think I might be able to. So, guys, thank you, everybody that listened this far.
50 XP off.
Yeah, you get
If I
it.
cast the other spell, I would have had it, but no.
Oh, I convinced you not to, or did I?
No, I got
me.
knocked out of it.
10,000 XP.
Oh,
With your
right.
10% or your 5%, you're bound to get that.
Your
No, I
10%?
didn't get it. That's with the 10%.
Oh,
19,947.
Oh, 53
Oh, no.
XP. 53
I
XP.
am still nowhere in the ballpark. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm
It's
on
probably gonna be about
10K.
10 more sessions for me, at least.
This level's been like half a year. It's crazy.
Well, leveling is slow. It gets slower when you start getting up some levels. But there's also in this place, there's XP opportunities. I mean, 40 hit dice is that's a lot of XP for
It
rolling.
really is.
I mean, what's that like?
I'll
1,000?
plateau soon.
Well,
I'll
for me,
plateau.
it was 2,000 XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah,
But then I have to
I-
cut it in half, so I really only got 1,000.
Yeah.
I
Still
got
good, though.
2,400 before. Well, if I discount that last session that I missed, it's about almost 2,000 before I got prime requisite.
And I don't level up again for 29,000 XP.
Yeah, that's a thief for you. But you should be higher than everybody else. I mean, it will
Yeah.
happen. You'll just continue.
What
'Cause you're
level
gonna
are you
find
then,
shitloads
now?
of treasure.
I just
Are you-
hit level 6.
Oh, got ya. I understand that.
Oh, I thought you'd be higher than that. I thought you were 7.
I thought you were
That's
7
next.
as well.
All right,
Oh, no,
guys.
sorry,
well,
I am
that
level
was
7.
fun.
Level
Hopefully
7,
we can play
next
next
level
week.
will be 8.
We'll connect and make sure. And I'll try. I'm gonna try really
Great
hard.
game.
Yeah, good
Very-
times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great game.
so that was
Lovely.
some old school dungeon crawl shit right there. So good times, guys. Take care. And if we and,
Thanks for the
and,
game.
and to everybody out there, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate.
Merry Christmas,
Christmas.
viewers.
Yeah. All the
Or happy,
viewers.
happy holidays to you heathens.
Happy holidays.
Happy December stuff, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Take care.